Hello, and welcome to Chesapeake Public Schools Family Empowerment Webinar. My name is Laura Lerf, and I'm one of the Family and Community Engagement Specialists. Our office, which is part of the Department of Engagement, aims to build meaningful partnerships that inspire, engage, and empower families, educators, and community organizations to support the initiatives of Chesapeake Public Schools. We are typically available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can reach us at our main phone line, 757-482-5923, or via email at face@cpschools.com. We look forward to working together to strengthen our community and support our students. Thank you for joining us to learn about college and career readiness testing in high school. We are excited to welcome our panelists from the Department of College and Career Readiness and the Department of Assessment and Accountability. It is our pleasure to introduce our panelists. First, we have Dr. Shonda Wyndham, Director of College and Career Readiness, Dr. Melissa Oliver, Director of Assessment and Accountability, Dr. Joe Shipper, Supervisor of Assessment, Dr. Anaya Bryson Williams, Supervisor of Assessment, Ms. Kim Stanley, CTE Industry Credential Coordinator, and Ms. Christine Sparlakis-Babb, Coordinator of College and Career Readiness. Thank you to our panelists for hosting this informational webinar for our families. At this time, I would like to turn the program over to Dr. Shonda Wyndham.
Hello. On behalf of the Department of College and Career Readiness, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us today for this important conversation about testing in Chesapeake Public Schools. As shared, I am Shonda Wyndham, and I support adult and continuing education, career and technical education, school counseling, and our specialized academies in our school district. The goal of the College and Career Readiness Department is to ensure that all students leave us prepared to do one of the 3 E's: become employed and join our workforce, enlist in one of the 6 branches of the United States military, or enroll at a community college, trade school, or university. As parents, we all want the best for our children, not just in terms of their immediate academic success, but also in setting them up for long-term success as they prepare for life after high school. Today's webinar is designed to help you better understand the various types of tests your students will encounter throughout their academic journey, how these assessments play a role in their college and career preparation, and most importantly, how you can support them in navigating this process with confidence. Our goal today is to ensure you leave with valuable insights that will help you feel more empowered and engaged as partners in your child's educational journey. Thank you again for joining us. At this time, Dr. Melissa Oliver will share more information about her department, Assessment and Accountability.
Hello. If you're here to hear about high school testing because your oldest child just entered high school or is about to enter high school, there's a lot to learn about this exciting stage in your life and your child's life. For those of you who've had a child or two already go through high school, I completely understand how children from the same household can have such different interest and direction that you need to begin your approach to high school from an entirely new lens for your second or third child. And if it's been a while since you've had a previous high school student, a lot can change about testing and graduation expectations in a very short time. Either way, we're so happy to have you here, engaged in your child's education and learning about opportunities for your child's future. In elementary and middle school, your family's been used to classroom assessments, standards of learning or SOL tests, and Virginia growth assessments in the fall and winter. But when your child enters high school, they no longer even take the Virginia growth assessment, and the standards of learning tests take on a whole new level of importance. A high school student can't earn a standard or advanced studies high school diploma without passing certain SOL tests. There are also a myriad of new tests administered in high school to prepare your child for their future beyond the doors of Chesapeake Public Schools. Our high school students take tests to qualify for them for graduation, like SOL tests to determine their readiness for college, like the SAT or AP exams, test to determine their readiness for other opportunities like the ASVAB, and test to show employers that they're ready to be successful in the workplace when they graduate, like industry credentials. There's a lot going on in high school besides Friday night football, and the more you understand, the better prepared you and your teenager will be for all that's to come in the next 4 years and beyond. Thank you for being here. I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Joe Shipper, one of our supervisors of assessment, so that he can tell you more about high school SOL requirements for graduation.
Thank you, Dr. Oliver. I'm Dr. Joe Shipper, a supervisor of assessment for Chesapeake Public Schools. Virginia has established requirements for high school students to complete for graduation. One part of these requirements is the need for students to earn 5 verified credits in high school. A verified credit is earned by completing 2 steps. First, to pass an identified course in 5 content areas. These areas are English reading, English writing, mathematics, science, and history. In addition to passing those courses, the state requires students to pass approved assessments for each of those courses. When both the course and the approved assessment are passed, the student has earned a verified credit in that content area. The most common assessment that is approved to verify a credit is the Standards of Learning Assessments, more commonly called the SOLs. These assessments are administered each semester, fall, spring, and summer for students enrolled in summer school. The English reading and writing tests are given to students enrolled in English 11 or an equivalent level course. Math, history, and science SOLs are provided in multiple subjects starting in the 9th grade. In addition to taking the tests to earn a verified credit, some tests may be given to meet federal government testing requirements. SOLs are most commonly administered to the student through the online app TestNav. If a student has a documented need, the test may also be administered in a paper format. All SOL tests must be administered in a secure testing environment in person. There is no virtual option to take an SOL. SOL tests are untimed, but are expected to be completed within the normal school day. If a student successfully completes a course, but does not pass the SOL related to their course, there are options to complete the testing step to earn a verified credit. Depending on the score the student earned on the unsuccessful attempt, they may be able to reattempt the test in the same semester. This is called an expedited retake. If the student is unsuccessful on all attempts in a semester, they may reattempt the test in a later school semester after receiving instructional support from the school to prepare them for the retake. For history, math, and science verified credits, the student may take and pass another subject and SOL and earn the verified credit. The Virginia Department of Education also permits students to take substitute tests and be used in place of the SOL. Your school counselors have a list of the approved substitute tests and the scores needed to fulfill that part of the graduation requirements. If you earn your verified credit in a content area and fulfill any applicable federal testing requirements, your student will no longer need to earn an SOL in that content area. For example, if they pass both the Algebra 1 course and SOL in the 9th grade, they will have earned the math verified credit and fulfill the math federal testing requirements. Although the student will still need to complete more math courses in high school, they will no longer need to take any math SOLs. I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Anaya Bryson Williams, Supervisor of Assessment, to speak to you about the English Learner programs and assessments.
Thank you, Dr. Shipper. I am Dr. Anaya Bryson Williams, a supervisor of assessment for Chesapeake Public Schools. In addition to the Virginia graduation requirements, Virginia has established requirements for school divisions to administer English language proficiency assessments to help educators identify English learners and measure progress toward language proficiency. The Access Assessment Suite includes the WIDA Screener and the Access for ELS assessment. The Access Assessment Suite is for multilingual students and measures how well learners are progressing towards English language proficiency. Both the WIDA Screener and Access for ELS measures language skills in the domains of listening, reading, writing, and speaking. The difference between the two assessments is that the WIDA Screener provides teachers with a quick way to capture a student's language proficiency when they first enter the U.S., while the Access for ELS is given to monitor the yearly progress of students already enrolled in U.S. schools. To be eligible for English language services, students must have a composite score of 4.4 or less on the WIDA Screener. Students who have taken the WIDA Access for ELS assessment who score a 4.3 or less will also be eligible to receive EL services each year. To be eligible to exit from the EL program and related services, students would need to score a 4.4 or higher on the Access for ELS assessment. As a reminder, Chesapeake Public Schools must monitor students for a minimum of 2 years after they exit the EL program to ensure that students are continuing to make progress and to provide additional supports as needed. It is important to note that scores obtained on the Access for ELS and the WIDA Screener do not impact students' graduation eligibility or college and career readiness applications. I am now going to turn it over to Mrs. Kim Stanley, CTE Industry Credential Coordinator, to speak to you about WISE and industry certification testing.
Thank you, Dr. Bryson Williams. I am Kim Stanley, the Industry Credential Coordinator for Chesapeake Public Schools. As your student is entering high school, they will have the opportunity to take industry credentials through their career and technical education courses and courses through the Chesapeake Career Center. This serves as a wonderful opportunity to prepare them for college and career readiness. It is important to understand what is an industry credential. Simply stated, it is a credential, which can be a licensure, certification, or assessment, that's recognized by businesses and industries at the local, state, or national level. Some examples as defined by Virginia Department of Education are a state-issued professional license could be something such as a cosmetology or nail tech licensure. Industry certifications from a recognized industry, trade, or professional association validating essential skills and or stackable certifications such as the ASE Brakes and Engine Repair from the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence, or Microsoft Office Specialist examinations like Word 2019 and Excel 2019. The third type could be an occupational competency assessment. This is a national standardized assessment of skills, knowledge, in a specific career. This could be a NOCTI culinary or a WISE. Last, the workplace readiness skills is a soft skills credential that represents the first 22 competencies in every CTE course. So why do we offer industry credentials to our high school students? It is because they're a valuable addition to all students. An industry recognized certification complements the competency-based career and technical education instruction by providing employers with a reliable predictor of success for entry-level employment. It can add value to a transcript for higher education. It validates in-demand skills, which can be added to a student's resume. And it can increase a student's job opportunity, earning potential, and/or advancement in a chosen career path. Industry credentials are offered only to high school students in a CTE course with an approved industry credential from the Virginia Department of Education. All industry credential tests are administered online through the testing entity's platform. The credentials must be administered in a secure, proctored environment. They are timed and vary from 50 minutes to 100 minutes depending upon the test, and this is different from SOLs. These tests are administered during the school day at the student's home school. Chesapeake Public Schools pays for each student to take the industry credential associated with their course. These fees can vary from $10 up to $270. Therefore, students have one attempt per CTE course. As your student is looking at what elective courses to take, the 2024-2025 Industry Credential Plan identifies the CTE courses within Chesapeake Public Schools that have an industry credential associated with this course. The 2024-25 Industry Credential Testing Calendar provides the testing windows by semester for credentials administered in the high school buildings. Students receive their specific test dates from their CTE teacher. Last, due to the value of an industry credential and the instructional preparation your student will receive in their CTE course, all students are expected to test, and there is a grading criteria tagged to their performance on their industry credential. A student who passes their industry credential will earn a 100 assessment grade. A student who takes and does not pass their credential will earn a 75, and a student who does not test will receive a 0. Extenuating circumstances, as determined by the CTE office, may exempt a student from receiving a 0 for not taking the required course credential. At this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Chris Babb.
Welcome. I am Chris Babb, the College Readiness Coordinator. The tests I'm going to talk about are all standardized time tests for college and career readiness. I will begin with the ASVAB test. The ASVAB is an optional standardized test that students may take to determine their suitability for the military, for job training, and careers they might be good at. The test is free. It takes about 3.5 hours and is given at each high school to juniors and seniors. Students must sign up to take the test. The PSAT, NMSQT, is given annually each October to all 10th grade students free of charge. 9th and 11th grade students may register each year to take the PSAT test. The cost is $16. The PSAT test is digital. Students take the test during the school day on their school-assigned Chromebook. Data from the PSAT is used to place students in AP courses, meet TCC college application requirements for dual enrollment, and to help students prepare for the SAT. Juniors and seniors may sign up to take the SAT through the College Board website. The SAT has 2 parts, reading and writing and math. The scores range from 400 to 1600. The test is digital and is given on select Saturdays. Students can practice for the SAT on Khan Academy and College Board's Blue Book. The students may also sign up to take the ACT test. It is currently a paper test and is given on select Saturdays. The test includes reading, English, math, and science, and an optional writing test. The scores range from a 1 to 36, and the test costs approximately $70. Advanced placement tests are given each year in May. Students enrolled in advanced placement courses will be offered to test the first 2 weeks of May. The tests are digital or hybrid digital. The test content and resources are located in AP Classroom. The test costs $99 this school year. Financial fee waivers are available for eligible students. AP courses are college-level courses and require additional work. Students need to take advantage of all review materials in AP Classroom. Students that score a 3, 4, or 5 may be eligible for college credit depending on the college or university. The CLEP test is another option for students through College Board. Students can take CLEP exams at official test centers. The tests are multiple choice and take 90 to 120 minutes depending on the test. The test costs approximately $95. Students may be eligible for college credit depending on the college or university and their scores. Scores range from 20 to 80. 50 or above may count for college credit. Students that are enrolled in one of our Chesapeake academies may take additional specialized tests. IB students participate in IB testing in 6 subject areas. Written exams are given during early May of their senior year. We have talked about a lot of assessments today. Students can locate testing information in the College and Career Ready Canvas course. In conclusion, we encourage your children to prepare and review class notes daily, enroll in honors, CTE, AP, and dual enrollment courses, to ask questions, to use practice sites to prepare for all standardized tests beginning in the 9th grade. We encourage students to register to take the PSAT, SAT, ACT, ASVAB, and all corresponding AP tests. We want your child to be college and career ready. And now at this time, I will turn the presentation back over to our FACE team.
We would like to thank our panelists so much for your wealth of information. Should you have any questions about this webinar or need additional information and/or resources, please contact us at face@cpschools.com. This concludes our college and career readiness testing and high school webinar. Again, I'd like to thank all of our panelists for sharing information with us. Thank you for joining us, and remember, families and communities work better together.